19th century Assam, the Agarwala. In the early part of the 19th century, Assamese society was crippled with many socio-economic problems like poverty, disease, illiteracy, etc. The society was also divided among many sections of Assamese, Marwaris, and Bengalis. It was a time when whole of India was uniting against a British rule, but many Assamese Marwaris were still aligning to the Britishers. However, there was one Marwari family who stood by the people of Assam. It was Naurangram Agarwala from Marwar, who had settled in Assam as a reputed businessman and even served as Mojadar under the colonial rule. It was in this family that Jyoti Prasad Agarwala was born on 17 June 1903 to culturally advanced parents Parmananda Agarwala and Kiranmoy Agarwala at Tamulbari Tea Estate of Dibrugarh district. This family had a very forward-looking approach. They adopted Assamese culture and were even inspired by teachings of Shankar Deva. They later adopted Vaishnavism and even supported the nationalist movement in Assam. Such an environment shaped Jyoti Prasad Agarwala's desire to contribute to Assamese society in his own ways that made him return back to Assam from Germany. But what was he doing in Germany? Was he studying or making movies? Let's find out. From Germany to Assam. Since Jyoti Prasad Agarwala belonged to an affluent and rich family, he chose to move to Calcutta after his matriculation from Tejpur Government High School. From Calcutta, he completed his studies in intermediate arts. However, in 1926, he got the opportunity to study in England, and so he enrolled himself in Edinburgh University in the field of economics. Being raised in a culturally affluent family, he wished to explore the world of filmmaking, and so he went to Germany for 7 months and learned the art of filmmaking. But in 1930, as freedom movement was at its peak, he decided to move back to Assam and participate in the freedom struggle. His experience in Germany led him to become the pioneer of Assamese cinema. Jyoti Prasad Agarwala and the Assamese cinema. Jyoti Prasad Agarwala established Citrobon Studio in 1934 at Bholagori Tea Estate and directed the first Assamese film Joymoti, which was based on a play Joymoti Kuori written by Lokminath Besborwa and was released on 10 March 1935. Since Assam did not have cinema halls, so it was premiered in the Ronak Hall in Calcutta. He deeply understood that films can connect people's emotions and the Assamese society. Therefore, Agarwala later built Assam's first cinema hall, Junaki, in 1937 and co-directed the film Indra Maloti in 1939. Undoubtedly, his visionary steps shaped Assamese cinema's future. Agarwala was also inspired to work in the field of music. Do you know that he was a great fusion artist? He was immensely influenced by Srimanto Shankardev. The tunes of Borgate inspired to make him Luitor Parore Ami Dekalora. He picked up melodies from even wedding songs. His popular song Gose Gose Pati Dile Fulore Horai was also based on Assamese wedding song tune, and it created a new genre in Assamese music world. Jyoti Prasad Agarwala and Assamese literature. Do you know that he became a playwright at the age of 14? Yes, at the age of 14, he wrote Hunit Kori. He wrote books on various genres, including short stories like Rupohi, Bogitora, Huntora, Juzaru, Hondea, Nilasarai, etc. And he wrote novels like Amar Gaon and children's literature like Kumpur Hopun. He wrote 8 more plays, Karengor Ligiri, Rupalim, Nimati Koina, Lobhita, Khonikor, Konoklota, Hun Pokhili and Hundor Kuor. Sadly, the last 3 were left incomplete. No doubt he was such a phenomenal artist, but we are yet to discover why he was known as Roop Kaur. So, let's dive into it. Entitlement Roop Kaur. Jyoti Prasad Agarwala believed beauty was key to a fulfilling life. His symbolic plays explore deeper meanings in life, while his optimistic songs and poems celebrated beauty and freedom. Endowed and impressed by his artistic views about life, he was rightfully conferred the title of Rup Kuwar, that is, Prince of Beauty, by poet Ananda Chandra Borua in 1938. But there are some other aspects of his personality that we all should know. Like, for example, he had a feminist ideology, which is mostly reflected by his plays that often have a female protagonist. He was a doyen of equality and through his plays expressed evils of class division, oppression, and strict social norms. He was also influenced by humanitarianism, socialism, Shankar Dev's Vaishnavism, Rabindranath Tagore, Sri Aurobindo, and philosophy of Vivekananda. Death and aftermath. But this legendary personality had to leave his earthly life at a comparatively younger age of 48 on 17 January 1951. The date is now observed as Hilpi Dibokh. In 1961, the government agreed to the idea of establishing a public sector studio, the first of its kind in India, on the outskirts of Guwahati in his memory, which was named as Jyoti Prasad Studio. In 1978, a cultural center, popularly known as Jyoti Bharati, was set up at Poki, the ancestral house of Jyoti Prasad. Celebrating 89 glorious years of Assamese cinema on 10th March 2024, Cabinet Minister Ashok Singhal unveiled a full-size statue of state's cultural icon and doyen of Assamese cinema at the Jyoti Bharati Museum. In this way, through his brilliant works, the Prince of Beauty or Rup Kuwar is being kept alive by his successive generations. Important points. He was born at Tamulbari Tea Estate of Dibrugarh district on 17 June 1903. He entered to the literary world as a playwright through his contribution Hunit Kori at the age of 14 years. Some of the names of his plays are Karengor Ligiri, Rupalim, Nimati Koina, Hun Pokhili, Lobita, Khonikor, Konoklota, and Hundor Kuwar. He established Citrobon Studio in 1934 at Bholagori Tea Estate. He directed the first Assamese film, Joymoti, based on a play Joymoti Kori by Lokminath Besborua that was released on 10 March 1935. He built Assam's first cinema hall, Junaki, in 1937 and co-directed Indra Maloti in 1939. Endowed and impressed by his artistic views about life, he was rightfully conferred the title of Rup Kuwar, Prince of Beauty, by poet Ananda Chandra Borua in 1938. He died on 17 January 1951. The date is now observed as Hilpi Dibokh or Artist Day. In 1978, a cultural center popularly known as Jyoti Bharati was set up at Poki, the ancestral house of Jyoti Prasad. Celebrating 89 glorious years of Assamese cinema on 10 March 2024, Cabinet Minister Ashok Singhal unveiled a full-size statue of state's cultural icon and doyen of Assamese cinema at Jyoti Bharati Museum.